The objective or agenda for the 2 days webinar is that you're going to cover data visualization using Python, and how to begin. Everything will be explained. How to begin, that's the main one. How, when to use. How to begin and when to use. Okay, this will be covered. About myself, so my name is Nitish, and I'm working as a technical specialist in a company, in a tech company, and it's located in Noida for now. And the skills that I'm working on day-to-day activities is related to Python, machine learning. ML stands for machine learning. DL stands for deep learning. We have Tableau, a powerful visualization package that we have in the market. Along with that, I read R, images, image processing is my part. NLP is natural language processing. These key activities, along with how to get the data. So I have to use Hive for that. Hive, or you can enter SQL. How to extract the database from the database. How to extract data from the databases. So it's like a more of day-to-day activities for me, as well as I lead a team of 6 people out there as of now, in which I am taking further with the models part and the R&D over here, building the product. So it's some related activities I have to perform. My role over here is that to describe you, to help you on the data visualization with Python. Not about teaching Python, taking the Python as the prerequisite for this webinar. And believe me, when you start seeing the concepts, how we're writing the command, you will be able to grasp it. It's not a rocket science. Try to understand little by little the codes that I'm going to write it down. But majority of the code, since it is related to data visualization and packages out there, so you will be able to grasp the concept of that also. I hope I am clear, and are we good to go? Those who are asking me where the contents will be uploaded, so for that you can ask the Learnbay team also. The video is already recording. This video will be available on the YouTube by Monday or Tuesday at maximum. And the contents that we are going to cover, it will be again available to you by tomorrow itself after the session. And you can take it from either from the Learnbay LinkedIn page. The access will be given, the link will be shared with all of you by the end. As of now, those who are looking forward to practice along with me, I request you to go to this link. And I'm sharing the link in the chat box also. Can you see the link in the chat box? So those who are looking forward to practice along with me, they can use this link to retrieve the data set. I've given the access for all of you. Just directly download it. Now, I'm going to begin with this new topic. And for every new topic, I need to have an understanding of my audience before I start. Any specific question you have, please write in the chat box. Any specific? Okay. Now, to begin, what all you need? What are the requirements over here? One is all of you have the data set which I am sharing over here. This is the link. Second is a Python software. Those who are well experienced, they must be having some software. I will be using a Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook for it. Okay, so Jupyter Notebook. Okay, for that also now I am sharing the link. Yes, guys, this will be available on YouTube also. Okay, so there is one more link over here. This is for Anaconda. Anaconda installation steps. I'm sharing with all of you in the chat box. Everything is available in the chat box, guys. And third is, so dataset link is given to you, Python software that I'm going to use. Now, what are the steps over here? Let us check it out, the steps. Those who have any software, they are good to go. Those who don't have, they can use Anaconda, or they can directly have a Google account and open Google Colab. Google Colab is also giving you a platform to practice Python. So either you have some software, maybe those who know, only for them I'm saying. If you have PyCharm, Spider, Idle, your VS Code, your Jupyter or Anaconda, that's okay. All are local system. But the next is Google Colab. Google Colab is using its server to provide you help to practice Python. I don't know about your system. Your systems can be having 2 GB, 4 GB RAM, or hard disk as maybe 500 GB also, 1000 GB also can be there. But what happens about Google Colab now? They are providing their own server, and they are all providing their own RAM and your hard disk also. You just can keep the data over there. So you can use Google Colab. It's but you have to be online. You have to have internet connectivity for it. So Google Colab over here. Okay, Stuti, you can work on Kaggle also. They are providing you platform. You just have to upload the data set which I have given to you over there. Okay. So connecting to the runtime in your okay. This is a Google Colab which is given to you, or you can install Anaconda. After you have installed Anaconda, by performing the same steps, you will be able to open from start menu Jupyter Notebook. It's a part of Anaconda environment. So Jupyter. First time, those who are using Jupyter Notebook, make sure that this dialog box, the CMD prompt that it opens on Windows or Mac, please don't close it, because this is the intermediator that is going to run Python code for you. If you close it, it will not be able to understand. The system will not be able to understand the Python code, and you have to again close it and open it again. So don't close this, just minimize it. So first time when you open the Jupyter Notebook, from the start menu, a dialog box will open, just minimize it. And on some browser, maybe your Firefox, Safari, Chrome, any software, over there na, you will have your home page. This is a Jupyter home page. If for the next 3, 4, 5 minutes, very first time, the system is not able to go to any browser, request you to please copy this link. Copy any one link and paste in your particular browser. First time when you have opened by copying the link and opening in some browser, it will be able to detect the next time what is the relevant software you're working on. And via Jupyter Notebook homepage, you can see a couple of folder names are available. You can create a folder anywhere. I'm keeping everything on my desktop for now, where I've kept the file shopping products CSV. This file I have kept. I will be using this file for your particular analysis or visualization. Okay. So now again, I'm repeating what I'm doing. Let's close everything. Close everything for now. Those who have installed Anaconda or installing, it is a heavy software, 500 MB. It will take time. So by the time you will be successfully installing it, the session will be completed. Okay. So it's a good activity. You track down what all we are doing and how to perform. By today evening, you can install at your end and repeat the same task. And tomorrow we are going to have a hands-on on different activities. Moving forward, assumption again, there is only single assumption. You have some Python software. Use any software. I'm using Jupyter Notebook. From the start menu, open Jupyter. A dialog box will open. Just minimize it. It is automatically going to open on some browser. So I'm sharing the link again in the chat box. Please go through that. Okay, from this home page, select the desktop, and over here, I'm going to create the very first Python file. So go to new, and you will see Python over there. You will see the word Python over there. Now under there, select Python. This is the home page on which you will all be working. Done. So this is day one. Now, what is the Jupyter Notebook and how to use it? Let's take another 5 minutes for this concept, and then we'll begin our journey. So in this Jupyter Notebook, what all rectangles you're seeing now, these are the codes where I can run the Python code. Yes, you can use VS Code also, Divnesh. So Python code, like I can print something, 45 minus 3. It is going to give you the answer right over here. I can write another code. Let's say string name is given to you, some dummy string, and I like to capitalize it. I can convert the entire string to uppercase. I can take the entire string to title also. That is, every word inside the string shall be first letter should be capital and the other should be lowercase. So there are some activities you can perform in this code cell. These are all Python codes I'm writing. So these rectangle boxes, you can write the code, and when I'm writing the code now for each of the cell, you will see the word code written over there. So this cells can be used for writing the code as well as to display the important information. Information also I can display here. I can follow some activities over here. I can use it for passing a passage, some good passage, what you have written or what I've written over there. Requirements. These are requirements I can also write down, and data set also. I can pass this thing, but in this scenario, it is not a code, it is an information. From the Jupyter Notebook, we have a feature that you can convert this code cell in the same page to markdown. Now, this is the information that I'm providing with all of you. What is the Python software you require, and where is the data set, where is the Python software. And in this information, it is not a code, it's just for saving some information in the code itself. In Jupyter Notebook, it's a type of notebook. Like you have notepad, you have notebook over here. This notebook can have Python code also, as well as it can have some information also. This cell on the bottom, you can check it out, it is called as code, whereas the above cell information is called as markdown. So under markdown, you can write down any text, it will not hamper your code. If I run it, you can see it's nothing happen, whereas if I'm running above, I can get some output out there. How I am running? Cell on the Jupyter, you have to write down. Shortcut is Control plus Enter. So I'm doing Control Enter. You can see some number is incrementing on the left side. That number says that from the starting of the session, since I have opened a Jupyter Notebook, this is the 33rd time I'm running some code. Any code, but this is the 33rd time I'm running something. 34, 35. So since the starting of the session, 46, 46th line or 46th instance at what I have run, this is the code I have run. So I'm going to write the codes over here. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to write the complete code inside a single cell. You can break down into different cells also. But if it's a method or class, it is advisable to write in a single cell, or else it will be an error. Okay, so is the basics clear to all of you? Okay. Not able to understand your point, Nikita. What information you need to import? So it's unusual traffic, yeah. Actually, a lot of people are using it, so that might be possible. The link is not working, but the data is already uploaded over there. And same for this. I don't know where you have shared it, but Anaconda for now you can install it. But let's see. Just log in with your part, and you will be able to access it. What subheading, Nikita? So in Python basics, we have something called as comments. I'm using this as a comment. Comment is used by the developers just to save the information for themselves. It does not execute anything. If I run it, nothing happens. But when I write somewhere that print some 71 into 3, that will be given the output. Yes, Mohammed Arfat, you can write anywhere. Python code will not change. Python code will be the same. Okay. Nikita, there is unusual traffic. I think the link have been shared to many participants out there. So I think maybe because of that, you're not able to download. But it will be given to you by the Learnbay team and available on their LinkedIn page. So go and download from that also. Okay, let's start. So in Python, there are certain packages. Now, what is a package? Package is something, if I say a number is given to you, number as 100, and I ask you some activity that print square of a number. We can write a normal Python program to get a square of a number, or to get square root by writing 0.5, because 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5. So I get the square root of something. Or you can provide me, some operation I'm doing that divide the number by number divide by 6. This is the operation answer, but I want the integer parts, that is 16 I want. So I can write here int of this to get the output, to typecast it to int. There further you can make a logic for it. Exponential, I cannot do it directly. You need to have the value of e. E is 2.71. E is 2.71. So by getting this conceptual clarity, I can get the exponential power of something else. So e to the power 3, e to the power 4, I can get it down. Print e to the power 3 or e to the power 2. I can get those answers also. And then there is some package to make your job easier. This package is math. So math is, now the same number is given to me. Let's say num I write down this time as 100. And math says I can get you the square of something. Square root of something. So I can use a math. And here I get same 10.0 as I was getting above. I can ask my math to get there is an operation you're performing on number, and I want to get the integer part of it. I can write over here floor value of operation, that is 16, which I was getting over there. And similarly, e is given to us 2.71, and I like to have exponential value of something. So print exponential value of e to the power 2, e to the power 3, and you can see there are similar answers as I have done reverse here. Okay, 3, 2. You get similar answers I'm getting over there. 2.7, some long floating number is there which I don't remember. And power you can also get. So I would like to get the power of number by 2. Here is your 1000 point something. So there is some package to make your job easier. Along with these, which you can do with the help of normal operations also by applying some logic. you can do a lot of operation like in the math you can perform cosine, sine, these trigonometric operations. You can go with product, pi value, and log, gamma. There are so many things you can perform with the help of math. So similar to that, there is something called as packages that makes your job easier while performing data activity or data analysis. Anything related to data that is working on two-dimensional data set. This is my CSV file kept here. I love to work on this anywhere CSV file. What I can do? So there is a package called as Pandas, with the help of which you can read and complete data manipulation. There is a package called as NumPy to perform mathematical operations. Like you have math, you have NumPy also to perform enhanced mathematical operations. Math cannot do linear algebra, but your NumPy can perform it. Math cannot do Fourier transform, but your NumPy can perform it. So such operations I can perform with NumPy. There is a package called as Matplotlib that is used for data visualization, which we will be using. And this is the first one that came in the market. Then you have Seaborn, which is again data visualization, and that is the second one. And it is built on Matplotlib. Built on Matplotlib. Okay. So these are the 4 packages you need to install also on your system. These 4 packages, how to install? If you are using Jupyter Notebook only, then kindly run this command. Pip install that package name. That is the syntax. If it is already installed, it will come requirement already satisfied, or else it is going to install on your system. Okay. So it's already installed for me. So you can go with writing the same words, but in lower cases. Pandas also, Matplotlib also, Seaborn also. This is a syntax to install any package. Once you have installed the packages, kindly import the packages. Import the packages. Why import is required? So there is no inbuilt operation of exp, exponential or floor. They are all taken it from the math package. So we have to call the package into this live session, into this live active Python session you're working on. Hence, to work on data analysis, data visualization, what all packages are required is import numpy as np. np is a universal abbreviation we use for numpy. Today we are going to focus on matplotlib plt command. So these 3 packages install it. Tomorrow we'll talk about Seaborn, not today. So my data set is available in the same directory where I'm working, where is my day one Jupyter file is there. My shopping product.csv is also present over there. So I'm going to write down pandas, that is pd dot read csv. Over here, mention the file name along with the extension, and we are going to use the df over here to check it out how the data set looks. So you can check it out. There are some shopping products are kept over here. Where we have product ID associated with all of them. And then we have product name. So whenever you go for any product, what do you see on mobile? But is it as of now it's on desktop? What all you see? You see this product ID is for the backend. Don't worry as of now. Product ID you might not see. Then we have product name. So Ben Houston, Scott International, Rods, and going below. So the very first word that you see is the product name over there. Title, that is a title. What is a title? The next thing is about the product as a brand. Brand we can see, but I think over here we can't see. So it's just this small product name is available to us. So normally discussing. Whenever you open anything on any shopping website, let's open the Miantra also for shopping. What do we see over here? First thing we see is brand name. There is a brand name later. Then we have the product name. Then we have brand and product. Similar, I think on Amazon also. First brand is coming, then product name is coming up. So we have a brand name and we have a product name associated. Gender, these are details over there. So we have gender, price, and number of images also associated. We can have gender not mentioned, but it is specific for men or women. Colors also we are associated. 10 colors or 4 colors, and now how many images are there, that is also we are associated with here for all the platforms that we see. Then we have description. Actually description comes when you click on something. So I click on this, suppose t-shirt, you get the description over here, get the description, product details, these are descriptions available. So you can see product description is a lot huge, people write it down for it. Similar to Amazon, if I click it somewhere on US Polo, here is the description available, what's all going on, or product details. That is a description for us. And then you have the color, on which color it is available. Now when you see this type of data set, a shopping data set, and I like to ask you some of the obvious questions. Let's say just write yes or no if you think that is important or not. Is it important when I open either Myntra or this fashion Amazon for any of such products? Is it important to write the brand name in the product name under the product title or product, something you can understand under the product? Is it important to have a brand name over there? Do you agree? If you see a brand name, there is a higher chance for buying it. It's like a general observance. Is it a good chance if people see the brand name in the product title, they will click on it and they will buy it? Okay. And instead of our product title, if I write the same thing under the description, if I write down, will you go to the description section to check it out? Everyone is focused on the first impression, right? So I think our thoughts match over here. And is it a higher chance to have a look of more pictures? That is, more pictures are there. There is a higher chance of sale. Okay. And what we have, color. Does the color also play an important role while you're looking at the pictures? Clear? Okay, everyone agree. So we need to perform a data visualization in this form to draw the analysis. What you can learn, this is a general things, what you've done. Why not to support your analysis, support your hypothesis, what you have observed in real life? By God gift, everyone are clear of the hypothesis, what you see in your real life. You get the experience. You just have to support your experience. So we use the machine learning over here to support it, whether there is a higher chance of that or not. We use the normal pandas and data visualization to support our hypothesis that when we are thinking more number of images, is it so that maximum products over there on average are we having maximum number of images or not? On average, what is the price range? Do you agree that people, there will be higher chance of product buyout between the range of 0 to 1000 as compared to 0 to 5000? Product less than 1000, product more than 1000, let's say, if I bifurcate, there's a higher chance the people are going to buy less than 1000 more products as compared to more than thousands. So that is the distribution of price. You'll understand this also using our data visualization package. And then product brand name, we will also consider that, yeah, there are so many product brands. Let us see what are their price distribution if we want. And also, let us see their with their product brand, what is the number of images they are looking forward. Maybe a new person. So as an e-commerce company, when you're sitting back and you have to help hundreds of merchants who are onboarding on the particular platform, you can help them. Then what is the average number of images you should take it up for the product? What is the best color possible for the product? So that we can help other merchants also. This is a small objective here. Is that clear what we are trying to accomplish by this data set? To help other merchants, other new persons out there, what is the new number of images they can keep, what is the price range, the color that they should keep up, and the gender, the target audience, if they are able to get it out. So for that gender, what is the color they like or not like? Okay. So there are hundreds of such factors you can draw from this small data set, and it's a huge data set. You can see it's over 12,000 records we have. So I think it can help you a lot. Is the objective clear to all of you? So we have extracted a data set with the help of pandas over here, shopping products. Okay, let's do it now. Shopping products given to you. Now I will be using df.head command. Actually, what happens when you have some data set given to you and you like to perform small changes? Every time I will not be using so many records to check it out, whether the changes have been done, and after the changes, how the data set looks, how we have restructured the data set. I will be, like we perform any changes, I like to keep a check on top 5 records or top records. So some generic Python pandas commands are head, default top 5 records. So I can get default top 5 records. But if I do with 3 here, I can get top 3 records also. I can get top 1 record also, or top 10 records also. 25 records I can get out. So these are 25 records from the top. I can get anything. And those who are using any Python software, I request you to please write down the same command under print df.head, because over there you will be displaying in a different window. In Jupyter Notebook, the answers are displayed just in the same window. So there is no requirement for that. I can directly run this command. Like we have tail, head. Similar to that, now we have tail also. To look at the bottom records. These are the bottom records that we have. Okay. And let us understand the description also of it, statistical description. For this, you can use df.describe. And over here, you can have a statistical description. By default, it's for all numerical columns. It's all for numerical columns. If you want to include all of them, you write down include. Very simple English words. Include all. Now I have the information for all the columns. Those who are categorical, for them numerical values will be NA. So we have product name, product brand, they are categorical. For them, mean, median does not support. So we have NA over there, and vice versa. Those who are NA, we have, those who are numbers, for them categoricals are NA. Okay. So description tells you about the total records it has. For categorical things, it tells you that what are the top record that is having the highest frequency and how many records it has supporting it. So we have over 70 records for Park, Men Blue, same product range. We have Indian Terrain as the brand, 971 records are there. Women 5134 records are there. They are the highest one. And under your numbers, we can check it out. Mean, median, mod, 50 percentile is the median. Mod we don't have. Minimum and maximum. So under price, the minimum price is 90 rupees that is uploaded for there. And the maximum price that is uploaded is 63,000. Gosh, I don't know what is the product. 63,000, the clothing brand. Wow. Whereas the mean price, you can check it out, for the 12,000 over 12,500 products that we have, the average is 1,400 only. That is, product as high as 63,000 is also there. But because the count is so much that if we divide by 12510, we are going to get 1454. That means majority of the records are going to be belonging between 0 to 2,000 only. Majority of the records. And majority of the images is around 5 images. So rough information that you can draw over here. The rest of the Python commands I will tell you, the pandas command that might be required. Data visualization using Matplotlib. Going from the basics again, let us understand what we have for the Matplotlib. What is the structure? So we have plt as the command that I have derived above. Import matplotlib as plt. The syntax is plt dot plot. This is the actually chart name, you can say. What is the chart name you're looking forward? I'll come back to this one again. plt dot x label. What is the x label you like to have? Y label. What is the title you like to give for the chart? And plt dot show to display the chart. This is the generic syntax for any plot. So if I do na chart, let's say I would like to plot. I am taking my x1 as sorry square to get the log value somewhere. So np dot log value of x1 and exponential of x1. So what is this all about? So my print x1 is equal to x1 y1 y2 y3. y3. np dot sqrt Okay, so what I've done, I've taken a x1 from the range 1 to 21. This is the x1. Secondly, I'm taking y1, which is nothing but x1 to the power 5. So you're getting exponential, oh sorry, you're getting power graph, polygraph. And y2 is actually log of something. So log of each element, log of 1, log of 2, log of 3. So it is giving you in this range the values. Then we have your exponential e to the power. So what is e to the power 1, e to the power 2, and then going till e to the power 20. And finally, we have square root of all the numbers. So 4 things I have taken. I'm going to go one by one. Then I will combine all of them 4 in a single chart. So as per this basic plot, if I take only x1 and y1 in scenario, only x1, y1, it take it out. And this is the generic plot I copy. Using this syntax only, you can have all the charts. So I'm going to plot. The syntax is x and y. So x1, comma y1. X label, and this is the complete information. We have plotted between x1, y1 X label, Y label, and then title. That is how you can make a plot using Matplotlib. I'm using a PLT. PLT I have drawn from the Matplotlib command as PLT. Matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. What else you can do over here? I can have colors also. I can have colors also. Marker also, I think you can keep it up. Marker is equal to 3. So some stars are there, or 4. So some type of marker you can also associate with. 10, there is always a pattern for it. So I think 7, not available. D, diamond. So there are some markers you have to also search online. Some type of syntaxes are there. And now I like to, this is single plot. This is a single plot. What I have done for the single plot, again I'm repeating, I have taken X and Y. Between X and Y, this is a generic plotting method. We use a plt.plot or plt any chart name. Provide the syntax over here, what you like to keep on the X axis, Y axis. C is for color, marker is for this pattern. Then X label, Y label, title is for X1, X axis, Y axis, and title respectively. PLT show for showing the chart. You want to increase the figure size also. So we have something called as so 20 stands for width. I have increased the width of the entire chart. And this 6 stands for the height. So 20 is the width, 6 is the height. You can keep anything over here. I can write on, let's say 5, even 30. 5, 30. Smaller width, but higher height. Go with anything over here. What you think is desirable, what's comfortable for you. So 26 seems to be comfortable for me. I can get the entire chart in this single line. So this PLT figure helps you to give the area for the entire chart. Okay. Now suppose this region I'm highlighting like this. This is the region you have. This is the above chart region you have. Now in this above chart region, why not to break it down into 4 parts? Break it down into 4 parts. Let's say one is this is 0, 0. Then we have your star, 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 star. Or maybe I can have 2 charts for that, 2 regions, or I can further break it down into 4. Let's say I like to have this star. Just representation demonstrating what type of figures you can break it down. This entire chart. You can have single figure over here. This is represented by X, or you can break it down 1 row, 2 columns. This is 1 row, 2 columns above one. This can be as one type of approach. 1 row, 2 columns, or you like to have 2 rows, 2 columns for this entire chart. This is split it into 2 rows, 2 columns. This entire chart is given into 2 by 2. Is it clear what I'm trying to highlight here? That you can split this region, entire chart area, into either 1 row, 2 column, 2 rows, 2 columns, or 1 column, 3 rows. Okay, 1 column, 3 rows. So we can split the entire chart region into further subplots. This is called as subplots, which I'm trying to draw over here, giving a visual glimpse how it can work. This is what I was describing over there. Can you see? Either you can have 2 rows, 1 column, 1 row, 2 columns, or 2 rows, 3 columns. So we are splitting the entire chart area into these subplots. This is what I'm describing over here. If that is the way how you're looking forward, so simple is you should know at your mind how many subcharts you're looking forward. In your mind, you should have a clear figure how many subcharts you're looking forward. Now on the subcharts, you have to define the position number. That this is position number 1. How many I have? So subplot, I will be using something. This will be total. We have 1 row, 2 columns. 1 row, 2 columns in this particular. And with respect to this 1 row, 2 columns, the next one is the second position number, and this is at the first position number. In this scenario, we have 2 rows, 2 columns. 2 rows, 2 columns, and this is the first chart. 2 rows, 2 columns, and this is the second chart. 2 rows, 2 columns, this is the third number, and 2 rows, 2 columns, this is the fourth number. Is this point clear? How you can break it down the charts into multiple subplots? At the back end, you just have to understand how many subplots you're looking forward, and then match. This will be subplot. It's 3 rows, 1 column, and then this is the first index. 3 rows, 1 column, second index, and 3 rows, 1 column, this is the third index. So this entire chart area will be split into 3. That is what we have to perform for these 4. I have my x1 versus y1, x1 versus y2, x1 versus y3, and x1 versus y4. What I'm looking forward, plt dot, first of all figure size if you want, but let's take it on the last. So plt dot subplot, I like to have 2 by 2, 2 rows, 2 columns. At first position number, I'm looking forward to do a plot of y1. Let's say color is equal to green, marker is equal to D. This is the information for first subplot. For second subplot, second position, I have x1 to y2. Change the color to magenta. Style of marker to 3. And this is y2. y2. On this subplot, second 2 rows, 2 column, but third position number, I like to have my y3. Let's take it as yellow. Style as some 4. And final, 2 rows, 2 columns at fourth position. and you can see 4 types of charts are there. What I believe, yeah, it's very congested. And finally, those who are doing in other softwares, you have to use the plt.show. So I can see it's very congested. So for that, now we can increase the figure size. So figure size is a common command. You have to write it over top. And let's say figure size is 20, width 10 is the height. Yeah, it looks proper. So first one, x1 versus y1, x1 versus y2, x1 versus y3, and x1 versus y4. So you have 4 types of subplots over here. Is it clear now how to make subplots using Matplotlib? The basics is clear to all of you? Okay. Now we would like to perform the similar activity, but on the data set. Now we are going to take a step forward with the data set information. Now, anytime when you are going with the analysis, guys, anytime when you're going with the analysis, make sure it always depends on the chart type, sorry, data type. The steps I can give it to you. The steps I can give it to you. So first is make a univariate. Over here, what we say, explore or study one column at a time. This a time consuming process, guys. Believe me, it's all lot time consuming. But once you follow this process, now you have the in-depth idea. You will provide all the analysis points by yourself. Now over here, univariate analysis you have to perform. So if you know the data type of it, numerical or categorical, what do you think? What type of charts we can go with numerical? Anyone? Even Excel operations, those who are about to perform, this is a numerical. I keep it somewhere and I go with insert recommended charts. The Excel also shows you that it's a histogram. Yes, box plot you can also have histogram. So for single numerical, you can have a histogram that is study the distribution of it, or bar chart. In the categorical, if I keep a categorical thing now over a categorical like this gender, let's keep up. I like to have a study of gender, recommended charts. Automatically now Excel is telling you this is a new bar chart. So it gives you the count of something. It's a count or bar or pie chart you can also have. But the focus is that it's a count of unique values inside that particular. So count of unisex, women or men, all of them you are able to have. It's about the count of all of them. And we can see women records a lot higher. So this is a univariate. No matter you're performing analysis in Python or Tableau, Power BI, Excel, any software, the steps will be same. Bivariate, explore 2 columns at a time. Now if it is numerical versus numerical, you can have. So the numerical versus numerical, any suggestions? Fantastic. You can have a correlation charts, or when I go numerical versus numerical over here, these two are supposed numerical. I pick it up and Excel insert. Can you see only scatter chart is the main thing coming up? Line chart can also be there numerical, but it's with date time we use it. So scatter. So understanding the data type is very important. For categorical, we can have bar chart, pie chart, we can have box plot. There are many charts available in this category. You will have maximum charts available in this category only. So the more charts we will cover, I will write the names right over there. Then we have multivariate. So explore more than 2 columns at a time. That is, and this is done on the basis of some categorical term. So let's say more than 2 columns, but it can be more than, let's say, I will try to cover as much as possible. Numerical versus categorical. Numerical versus numerical versus categorical, or it can be all numericals. Under this we have correlation charts, but above two will be same. Is it clear about the analysis, how we perform it? Now performing the same task of analysis using Matplotlib can be a lot tough. That was the very first package that came in the market, giving you charts, colors, and everything information available. Then you have many elaborate tools. So Matplot came into the market in 1999, whereas Seaborn, the next Python visualization package, it came into the market in 2000, I think 3 or 4. It was developed. Out of these 2 years, it came into the market. So it was built on Matplotlib. We use this type of integration for Seaborn. Seaborn helps with easy process to complete the charts, as well as there are more charts. Colors and charts are there, but it is built on Matplotlib. That means the syntax which I've written for Matplotlib above, over here you're writing plt dot chart name. Now you write down, I'm using a SNS as the abbreviation here. So SNS dot chart name. Rest everything is same. For labeling, title, for displaying, everything it is dependent on Matplotlib. Only for charts and other information we use Seaborn. So only the first line changes, the rest all are same. Okay. So what will happen now when I'm going with the visualization? I cannot run away with the analysis also. Visualization alone will help me out with the solutions. But how to get to the visualization, I have to depend on some Python commands to get it. So I'll be using some Pandas query also side by side. Pandas query groups. Pandas query groups will be required side by side to display the results and every other attribute. Apart from that, I'll be using Seaborn for visualization. in this webinar. In classes, we cover the entire thing about Matplotlib, then move with the Cboard. I don't have the time here. And yeah, these two things will be used side by side. Okay. NumPy, again, if it is required in my NumPy, these operations, then I will perform it. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, great. So we are going to cover all these steps, how to do it. It is going to take a lot of time. And on the top of it, I will also tell you that how to go with the in-depth analysis by making some groups over here and understand it further. What is the nature of the chart? How we can draw further deep analysis. But these will be the basics starting with. For deep, we have to go with multivariate, and then multivariate it's more than 2 columns now. So we'll insert 4 or 5 columns to check it out, how it works. So a lot of things are there. Let's stick to the basics first. So I have a office meeting now at 1:30. So I will be leaving today. Tomorrow, we are going to complete every stuff about it, starting with the analysis part. And I will ask the team to share the data set with also with all of you, as well as the Anaconda file also to all of you. If you can download it, then I can think you can all have a hands-on session with me from tomorrow onwards. So Indrani, subplot only helps you to split the entire chart area. The figure size will be same. In this figure, you like to have a single chart or multiple charts. That's what we can decide. So if it's a single chart, I can directly have a single chart over here. And if it's a multiple chart, I can define with the help of subplots. But you have to think at the back of your mind how many subplots you want. Whether you want 2 subplots in a single row, 2 columns format, whether you like to split the same area in 2 rows, 2 columns format, or like to split the entire area in the same using 3 subplots where 3 rows and single column is required. And then you just pass on the command that this first line should be mandatory, to which position number you like to highlight this entire chart. Thank you. I'm looking forward to connect you tomorrow also. My actually office meeting has started. Really sorry guys for today. I had unplanned activity. So I will connect with all of you tomorrow.